You can be seated. Good evening and welcome to the Mifflin County Academy of Science and Technology's Senior Recognition Night. The students recognized this evening have successfully completed program requirements in their chosen subject area and will receive a certificate of completion. Present with us this evening are, and I'm going to ask them to stand when I read their name, we have Mr. James Estep, Superintendent of Mifflin County School District. We have Dr. Gary Dawson, Superintendent of Juniata County Schools. We have Mrs. Norma O'Brien, Principal of the Academy. Mike McMonigal, Supervisor of Adult and Post-Secondary Education. Janaea Mellinger, our Business Manager. We have some board members here tonight. We have Mrs. Kristen Sharp. We have Mr. Noah Wise. We have Mr. John Knapp. And we have an alternate, Mr. Fred Nickel. Also from the Mifflin County Administrative Team, we have Mr. Vance Varner, Director of Operations. We have Dr. Kevin O'Donnell, Chief Academic Officer. We have Mr. Mark Crossan, the Principal of Mifflin County High School. Mr. Stephen DeArmond, Assistant Principal. And we have Mrs. Jade Rubel, Assistant Principal. Tonight is not only a celebration for our seniors, but also for all of you, the family members, who have supported your graduate throughout their elementary and high school education. The continuous encouragement and support you provided to your child made our job of providing a quality education to the young men and women on this stage much easier thanks to all of you. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration, we congratulate you on a job well done. Over the past few weeks, Mr. Taylor had a chance to meet individually with each of our students and have them complete a brief exit survey. Tonight, I would like to take a few minutes and share with you some of the themes that are represented throughout the survey responses. One theme that became prevalent early on in the process was that we have extremely intelligent students who are also very hard workers. For example, over 86% of our graduates work part-time jobs during the school year, many of which worked at the companies highlighted in our program tonight. In addition to working part-time jobs during the school year, our students participate in extracurricular activities. And I'm going to list them just to represent the organizations our students were involved in. They were involved in Skills USA, Health Occupation Students of America, National Association of Home Builders, National Technical Honor Society, FFA, Marching Band, Key Club, Yearbook, Spirit Club, Art Club. They also participated in sports, football, baseball, basketball, track and field, wrestling, lacrosse, bowling, soccer, tennis, swimming, cheerleading, and volleyball. In addition to working part-time jobs and participating in extracurricular activities, our students excelled in their respective program areas over the past 3 years. At the end of April, our students completed their end of the program NOCTI NIMS assessments, and 79% of the graduates before you tonight scored proficient and advanced on their respective assessments. In addition, our seniors were able to earn, and this is a number of about double what it normally is in a normal year, so they've done an outstanding job, 961 industry credentials, which a partial list can be found on pages 9 through 14 in your program this evening. I think the students deserve a round of applause for their accomplishments while at the Academy. Our senior survey not only asked the students about their past activities and accomplishments, but also about their plans after graduation. 7% responded that they plan to enlist in a branch of the United States military. 74% responded that they plan that their plan was to enter the workforce upon graduation. The remaining 18% responded that they planned to further their education by attending a post-secondary school. For example, students plan to attend or enroll in the following: the Army National Guard, the Marines, and then on to the post-secondary education in our Academy Welding program, Albright College, Geisinger Lewistown School of Nursing, Harrisburg Area Community College, Lock Haven University, Ohio Technical College, Pennsylvania College of Technology, Edinburgh University, Southeast Lineman Training Center, South Hills School of Business and Technology, and the University of Northwestern Ohio. Again, I feel they deserve another round of applause. Everyone present in this audience tonight should feel proud and rest assured that our graduates are leaving prepared and with a career plan in mind. Graduates, you not only have made it, but you've excelled over the past several years. You have achieved a great milestone by completing all the tasks required of you for successfully completing your program. Although this is a time of celebration for your great accomplishments, remember that the next phase of your life will present you with a new set of challenges. Some of you will enter the workforce, and some of you will continue your education at a post-secondary institution. Whichever path you choose, success in the next phase of your life will require you to apply the many skills you learned here at the Academy. These skills go beyond the trade skills you have learned. They also include maintaining a positive attitude, the willingness to learn something new, and the desire to help others. You've left a mark on our school and have developed a standard that will be difficult for next year's senior class to maintain. Your presence and leadership will be missed. On behalf of our faculty, staff, and administration, and our operating committee, we wish you the very best in your future endeavors. And at this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, Mr. James Estep. Upon first being hired as a teacher in 1988 and ever since, Jim Estep has been exceptionally supportive of career and technical education. Because of his admiration and respect for the kids interested in pursuing vocational technical skills, he was specifically assigned to teach high school English courses to all the career and technical education students at James Buchanan High School in Franklin County, PA. His respect for technical training has never wavered in the 33 years since taking that first teaching job. As a high school principal for 10 years and as a superintendent for the past 17 years, he has been a consistent behind-the-scenes advocate for expanding enrollment of students in career and technical education and for expanding the number of quality program offerings for students interested in obtaining technical skills in various high-priority occupation areas. Mr. Estep has not only been the superintendent of Mifflin County Schools, but he has been a personal mentor and confidant to me since I arrived in 2011. His leadership and friendship will be duly missed as he will be retiring in September of this year. Join me in welcoming the person I commonly refer to as the best boss ever, Mr. James Estep.
He's getting brownie points tonight, but I appreciate it. Well, I want to tell you parents and relatives, and particularly all of you seniors, that I'm truly honored to be your speaker tonight. This is the last time in my formal education career that I'm going to be serving as a keynote speaker, and I couldn't think a better way of wrapping things up than doing it with the folks that I have the most admiration for, students who are pursuing career and technical education. So thank you for being here. I'm really pleased to see how many of you turned out. Technical work has long been a part of my family history. I had two uncles, one who flew airplanes in the Eastern Front of the Second World War, and another uncle who drove tanks and actually liberated some of the concentration camps during the Second World War in the Western Theater. I also had a grandfather, Shoup, who was a Navy man during the Second World War, and he was in the Pacific Theater. Pap Shoup, as we referred to him as, was actually a munitions and demolitions expert. And if you're not familiar with what munitions and demolitions are, it meant he got to blow stuff up. And he was really good at it. He was so good at it that they brought him to the tiny islands in the southeastern Pacific as the U.S. was making its way toward Japan in the World War II. And he was sent to those islands to go covertly create landing strips so that pilots could run their missions out of those islands. He was also a little bit on the ornery side. This isn't in my notes, but I just have to tell you guys this story. On some of those islands, there were native villagers. And these folks had their lives very disrupted by the war. They had big ships parked in their harbor that interfered with their fishing. There were a lot of things going on, and they were complaining because their fishing was being interrupted. So my pap, being the ornery person that he is, decided on his own that one of the complaints they had was that there was a 12 or 14-foot tiger shark that kept coming into the lagoon at high tide, and it was eating the fish and scaring the villagers. So he took it upon himself to set a depth charge during high tide. He blew the tiger shark up out of the water, and in the process, a bunch of dead fish came to the surface. He got into a little trouble with his commanding officer, but the villagers loved him. He was their hero. He fed them for about a month. Pap Shoup then took that skill after he came home from the war, and he worked in Mapleton at the sand plant. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the sand plant down in Mapleton. And he worked there for years, and he was a demolitionist there as well. If you're driving from Lewistown down to, let's say, Huntingdon on 322, if you go up over the hill where you see the turnoff to Mapleton, there's a hill. It's referred to as Motel 22 Hill. And you come down the other side of that hill on the Huntingdon side of it, and you look off to the right, there's sort of a gap between the two ridges, and you can see sandstone, straight walls of sandstone going up the mountain. Pap did that. He would drill holes 20 or 30 feet into the side of the mountain, just big enough to fit through, and he'd go in, crawl in there, set up a dynamite charge, and he'd basically cleave off a portion of the mountain so they could extract sandstone for the sand plant. Those drillings and those explosions that created that sand was then used for high quality optics. In California, there is an observatory that can look into space. It's referred to as Mount Palomar. The lens for that telescope that looks into space was made with silica sand right near here. He was always proud of that. It's personal for me too, career in tech ed, because my brother has long been a guy who's credentialed in HVAC. So he's done HVAC work. How many of you are HVAC? Are any of you HVAC? Nobody? Okay. He's done that for 30 years. His son, Aaron, he's a graduate of the academy in Huntingdon, and he also secured certifications for monitoring water and water treatment. And that's actually what he does now. He works for a borough, but he, on the side, does work monitoring water treatment systems. And on the other side of the family, my grandfather Estep, my dad's dad, He was a young man in the Depression era, the Great Depression, and he actually did work for the CCC camps. When you guys go to state parks and you see that stonework on those pavilions that they build in the state parks, the CCC camp kids did that. So that was my other pap's work, was stonemasonry. Just as my grandfathers and great uncles were able to make a comfortable living and raise their families by using their skills, you too are going to be able to do the same. The work that you will be doing, just like their work in the past, will be the kind of work that forms the backbone of this country, and I sincerely believe that. It's important work, and depending how much further you decide to go with getting additional certificates in your skill areas, it's the kind of work that's going to make our country run, and it's going to keep us a top competitor in the world. What you do is extremely important. In my view, for those of you who have taken full advantage of the training that the Academy has offered you these past 3 years, you have a winning lottery ticket for life, with an opportunity to make a better than average wage and a whole lot of room for advancement during your lifetime in your skill area. And I hope you pursue advancement in your skill area. For the past 11 years as your superintendent, I've done everything in my power behind the scenes. Truthfully, I'm not really a guy that likes to be out, shaking hands and smiling and saying a lot of things. I like to do things behind the scenes. And behind the scenes, I've been trying to advocate for you. Your instructors have done the same when it comes to you. They've shared their industry knowledge, and I've seen it firsthand. They've worked side by side with you in the shops, and they've helped you be prepared for job interviews, for working in teams, and getting the certifications that should put you in an advantage as you enter the labor force or enter higher education. It's been my goal to see more kids enroll at the Academy each year, and it will continue to be my goal until I retire this fall. Not only do I know that technical expertise is going to be the requirement for getting the best jobs of the future, I also know there are more technical jobs available than there are people qualified to fill them, and that's good for you. Because if you have the skills, you're going to get the jobs. If you have the certification, you're going to get the job. I encourage you, after you graduate, or as you're graduating, to please talk to your younger brothers and sisters. Talk to your younger cousins, your younger friends about considering enrolling at the Academy. Because we need more kids to develop these skills and get these certifications. You are the absolute best recruiters for career and technical education because you've done it. You've seen directly what it's done to prepare you for the job market and higher education and military service. So I hope you take that request seriously. Encourage your friends, encourage your younger siblings to take a look at the Academy. 2/3 of the jobs in this country require a technical education background. Only 25% of them require the kind of traditional 4-year degree that I had to do what I'm doing. That's a statistical fact. And that's why my hope is that in Mifflin County, we'll eventually get to a point where 2/3 of all Mifflin County School District students will enroll in the Academy. If we want to match up what the jobs are out there, then that's what we should be striving for. If that eventually happens, we're going to see a lot of our students leaving high school with greater job and career opportunities, and this community will be better served by it. As I said at the beginning, I'm honored to address you tonight. I have a very personal family connection to career and technical ed, and I've seen what kind of life it's provided for members of my family. I know what it is going to provide for you going forward. I'm proud of your accomplishments, and I encourage you to keep pursuing further skills training after high school so that you can advance to the top of your field. Your training should never stop. With all of that said, go out there and make things happen. You've earned it. Congratulations to the class of 2021.
Thank you for those encouraging words, Mr. Estep. At this time, would our principal, Mrs. Norma O'Brien, come forward?
Thank you. Before we begin with our Student of the Year awards, I would like to congratulate the class of 2021 on their accomplishments. Their perseverance specifically this year has not been easy, but they have not given up, and I'm very proud of them and proud that they have stuck with what needed to get done to be where they are today. And I believe they need to be acknowledged for that. So now at this time, we are going to present the 2021 Student of the Year awards. Would Miss Megan Keller please come forward to present the Student of the Year Award for Agriculture?
Good evening. Over the past 3 years, I've had the honor to watch the Ag Student of the Year grow personally in leadership skills and career success. This year's Student of the Year will be attending Penn State main campus, majoring in wildlife science. Would Mark Schilling please come forward to receive his award?
Thank you. Now at this time, would Mr. Douglas Steinley please come forward to present the Student of the Year Award for the Automotive Mechanics student?
Good evening, everyone. Before presenting tonight's Outstanding Automotive Senior Award, I'd like to take a moment to review what our program offers to students. The program offers up to 15 industry certifications, such as their state inspection Category 1 cars and trucks. Some of them actually achieve the heavy-duty truck Category 3, an international certification for air conditioning, that's Section 609, and there's many, many more. What I'd like to let you know is my students and I would like to also take the opportunity to thank our generous sponsors and program supporters that make this happen. Route 35 Auto Repair, Triple J Trucking, Fisher Auto Parts, Norrs International, Straub's Garage, Zimmerman Truck Lines, Brenner Tire and Auto, the Academy Administration and staff, the members of the Operating Committee, and there's many, many others that are too numerous to mention. Thank you all who make this program flourish. Now to the Automotive Mechanics class of 2021. It's no secret, just like the other classes, these students had to endure many challenges, but I'm very proud of the group of students I had. My automotive students achieved over 150 entry-level industry certifications, and that's a lot. They deserve a round of applause for that. Another thing I'm very proud of this class is we can continue to be one of the top 10 automotive programs in the state as we go out and participate in the Pennsylvania Automotive Association, their annual automotive competition for seniors. I would like Wyatt Yorty and Jonah Evans, if please stand for a moment. These two students out of 13 different schools, 180 different students, we finished 9th in the state. So give them a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. As always, it's truly been an honor to be with this group. These students, they just touch your heart. After 3 years, you become a part of their family, and they're your family too. So So without further ado, the Automotive Mechanics Outstanding Senior Award goes to Hunter Wolfgang. Thank you.
Thank you. Now would Mr. John Allmiller please come forward to present the Student of the Year Award for Collision Repair.
Good evening. This student earned 7 industry credentials, and he plans on attending the Ohio Technical College in the fall. The Collision Student of the Year is Garrett Zeiters.
Thanks, Mr. Allmiller. Now would Mr. Robert Klingler please come forward to present the Student of the Year Award for Construction Trades.
Good evening. I'd first like to say that I am extremely proud to be the construction trades instructor at the Academy. I'm also very, very proud of all my seniors over here, and I'd like to thank them for welcoming me and accepting me as their new instructor. They are all outstanding in many ways, but there's one student that goes over and above. This student sets his goals high, and he puts forth the effort to achieve his goals. He has been very active in many roles at the Academy, president of the Construction Club, president of Skills USA, a member of the National Technical Honor Society. At this time, I'd like to present my 2021 Outstanding Senior Award to Mr. Mason Gearhart.
Thank you. Now can we have Mrs. Michelle Wagner please come forward to present the Student of the Year Award for Cosmetology.
Good evening. Thank you. The cosmetology program has been the place that I've always wanted to be. I taught before to adults, and teaching to these students this year, being high school students, has been amazing. The stuff that they've done online, especially hair cutting, is something that's really hard to do, and they all are wonderful students. The student that exceeds professional ethics, professional attitude, and is a team player is the person that I'm looking for Student of the Year. This student works hard, and she took steps to completing online hours, also in the classroom, but online, of 444 hours of 650 hours that state allowed this year for students to learn because of COVID-19. This student has a great professionalism, and I'm proud that she took pride in her work and her professionalism and positive attitude throughout the year. Her accomplishments this year were Student of the Month, outstanding grade. She had great attendance. She only missed 1.5 days this year. She completed Barbicide and Barbicide 19. She completed the SB2s. First time this year that we've had OSHA. It's a 10-hour course. She was first to complete that. The student also completed the Millennium Mind Tap course that was new to us this year as well, and passed all the tests. She completed 1,250 hours before the end of the year. She has been placed in employment as a nail technician at the Cutting Edge Salon for Sandy Strout, and she takes her boards on June 14th. I'm going to say congratulations to Abigail Bender for success and career in her life.
Thank you. At this time, could we have Mrs. Lynn Fohringer please come up and present the Student of the Year Award for Culinary Arts?
Good evening, and welcome to this wonderful event where we celebrate the achievements of an amazing group of young adults from the Academy's graduating class of 2020-2021. Thank you, parents, family members, esteemed guests, our administrative team, and incredible faculty and staff for being part of this significant moment. Before announcing the recipient of this year's Culinary Arts Student of the Year Award, I'd like to teach one more small lesson to the group and to the audience. So let's begin. The Oreo cookie has been around since 1912, and it has been dubbed America's favorite cookie. Right now, my students are thinking that I've finally lost it, and everyone else is thinking, what does that have to do with anything? Well, before I explain, let me ask you two questions of everyone here, but especially our graduates. By a raise of hands, how many of you would agree that this was the most challenging and difficult year of your educational experience? I see this. Parents? Okay, we got a large number there. Question number two. How many of you would agree that life is like an Oreo cookie? Well, I'm going to try to convince you. I propose that it is. I think we can all agree that the Oreo cookie has withstood the test of time, having been around for over 100 years, right? But why is that? Let's think about its anatomy. It has two identical dark sweet chocolate wafers. They hold the cookie together, do they not? And in many ways, the challenges that we have faced in this past year are like one half of the cookie, and the other half a mirror image, a reminder, if you will, of the strength, courage, and fortitude that it took to meet will take to meet future challenges, because they will come. And who hasn't at least once twisted the cookies apart to get to the creamy center of the Oreo? The humble Oreo reminds us that the best version of ourselves is at our core, at our center. So I encourage you to take time to figure out who you are and be that best person. Always be you first and foremost. And always serve up the very best version of yourself for the world to see. But what happens when your bag of Oreo cookies falls out of the top cupboard shelf, lands and smashes all over the floor? Do we just throw our hands up in the air because it's all lost and we can't go on? No, I say. It's simply amazing that you can make the most delicious, incredible foundation for a spectacular dessert from mere crumbs. When things don't go as expected, make the unexpected work in your favor. Make the black bottom cheesecake instead. When you only have crumbs to work with, be confident that you can make a recipe for success. So to my students, my very, very special group of students, always be strong, always represent yourself, your true self, and always be creative and never give up. This year's Academy Arts Student of the Year best exemplifies the quality of standards set for students in the program area and in the school. He's a class leader, a self-determined young man that began charting out his future over 2 years ago when we toured Penn College School of Culinary Arts and Baking. Today we recognize his achievements as having scored the highest on NOCTI written assessment and sitting for the ServSafe Manager certification and exam and passing it. He's the only student to have earned 5 available certifications and has been accepted and is enrolled in the Culinary Arts program at Penn College, Williamsport. He will be attending this fall. The student is well respected by his peers and faculty alike because of his easygoing nature, can-do attitude, sense of humor, loyalty, determination, helpfulness, dependability, and most of all, work ethic. Austin, I hope this lesson serves you and all of the graduates well. And I hope you never look at an Oreo cookie the same way again. Please give a huge round of applause to Mr. Austin Schlegel for his accomplishments.
Right there to the left.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now at this time, would Mrs. Valerie Baker please come forward to present the Student of the Year for Early Childhood, Child Care, and Education?
I don't know, Mrs. Foeringer. I think you won the speech award tonight. That was pretty good. Hi, everybody. Good evening. I feel very privileged and honored to stand here in front of you and acknowledge all the achievements of my early childhood 2021 students. We all began school years as children, but we're leaving here as adults. We've completed so much over the 3 years together as a class, such as 6 students earned their Child Development Associate Credential. All students completed professional development certificates with Penn State Better Kid Care and CPR First Aid. All students participated in an early childhood internships all 3 years with Summit Pre-K. Several students were also enrolled in the CareerLink youth programs in both Mifflin and Juniata counties and completed work experiences this past year at Summit Children's Center. In addition to those accomplishments, my graduating 2021 class participated and planned various PBIS events, activities with Mifflin County elementary teachers. And last but not least, these students organized and participated in the largest attended literacy fair at the Academy in 2019. Some students are planning to go on to college, others will go straight into the workforce. I wish you all well with your journey you choose after graduation. One student in my class has demonstrated outstanding determination with getting her CDA, Child Development Associate Credential. Isabella Macias worked hard with remote learning to meet all the requirements of the CDA. She was the first student in the class of 2021 to earn her CDA. After doing so, she actively became a leader in the class, helping other students and encouraging and supporting each to earn their CDA too. Isabella also scored the highest in the class on the NOCTI performance exam. Isabella, on numerous occasions, worked extremely hard on early childhood community projects over the 3 years. She also was dedicated to me and loyal to me as distinguished classroom behavior. I have many emails, cards from Isabella, even a painting, offering her appreciation for me as her teacher. Isabella's future is so bright, so much that she's going to need to wear sunglasses. Isabella was hired by the child care director, Kristen Sharp, to work at Summit Learning Programs. I feel confident that Isabella will grow and be more successful in her career under the guidance and supervision of Kristen Sharp. Isabella will also have the opportunity to continue her education through the PA Teach Scholarship Program. This program will enable Isabella to work in a child care center and also do distance learning towards her associate's degree. Tonight, I wish my outstanding student, Isabella Macias, a great career in education. Congratulations.
Thank you. Now, would Mr. Steve Hogle please come forward to present the Student of the Year Award for Electrical Installation?
Good evening. What an honor it is to be here tonight to represent the electrical installation program at the Academy. This year has been a challenging year for all of us. I'd like to congratulate everyone here tonight for your accomplishments throughout these unpredictable times. There were many times I wondered, how are we going to make it through this year? As I look at you all, I'm proud to say we did it. A former teacher, mentor, and friend, Mr. Yetter, taught me, if we work together as a team, utilizing our individual strengths, we cannot fail. As I look at this graduating class, nothing could be truer. The encouragement and support that you all gave each other throughout this year will last a lifetime. As you head out and start this journey called life, always remember to pursue your happiness and contribute to the happiness of others. Now I'd like to present the Outstanding Senior Award to a student who possesses great work ethic and leadership skills. He obtained the highest score on the written portion of his NOCTI exam and also received 100% on the performance part of his NOCTI. This Outstanding Senior Award goes to Teague Tate. Upon graduation, he is pursuing a career as an electrician with Lepley Electric, where he can continue his passion for installing conduit and wire.
Thanks. Now at this time, would Mrs. Mindy Phillips please come forward to present the Student of the Year Award for Medical Science?
Congratulations to the Academy Class of 2021. Tonight there are 17 medical science students graduating. I'd like to let each of you know how proud of you I am. You graduated, survived a pandemic, but more importantly, you thrived throughout this crazy school year. In the healthcare field, there are several qualities that are necessary to be successful: a great attitude, outstanding attendance, strong work ethic, self-motivation, and definitely compassion and kindness. The Medical Science Outstanding Student of the Year demonstrates all of these and more. Congratulations to McKenna Bowen, the 2021 Medical Science Student of the Year.
And our last Student of the Year recognition would be Mr. Ben Detweiler. Would you please come forward to present the Student of the Year Award for Precision Machining?
Like I always say, save the best for last. This group of seniors has been with me for 2.5 years. I started teaching at the academy halfway through their 10th grade year. We had our ups and downs, but I'm very proud to say that all 8 of them earned a National Institute of Metalworking Skills certification, and 3 of them earned 2 more in different categories. One thing I tell all these seniors I want them to leave with is never limit themselves and their abilities, and also never give up to achieve their goals. Picking an outstanding senior was hard through this tough year, but the outstanding senior this year was always ready to help, always eager to learn, always volunteer to try or help anyone. And also, she has earned 3 National Institute of Metalworking Skills certifications. She plans to work in a CNC machine shop and eventually become a CNC programmer. Precision Machines Outstanding Senior Award goes to Aubrey Hughes.
Thank you. At this time, we would like to recognize the students who have earned special awards. The first special award is the P. Robert Baker Memorial Scholarship. Would Mrs. Libby Baker Mikesell please come forward to present these awards?
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having me this evening. My grandpa grew up in Lewistown Heights, and he held Lewistown and his local community very near and dear to his heart. He was a World War II Navy veteran. He enrolled in World War II in the Pacific Theater when he was just 17 years old, and he traveled to 17 different countries by the time he was 19. At this time, I would love for everyone who served in the military to stand up, and can we give them all a round of applause and thank them for their service. Now, my grandpa didn't talk about his experience in World War II, but if you nudged him a little bit, he might tell you that he was a frogman, which was the precursor to the Navy SEALs. And he served in the Pacific Theater around Japan, island hop, for the better part of his late teens. He said he didn't talk about it much, but I do remember him sitting me down on his lap when I was little with a globe, and he taking my finger and tracing around the places that he traveled. And I didn't understand the importance of what he was doing at the time. I just thought he might be having a lot of fun traveling. He left the service after the war to join the Brooklyn Dodger baseball team as a knuckleball pitcher, and he lived his final years on our family's beef farm in Juniata County. He loved his community and he loved his country just as much as I know that these people, graduates who are going into the military, do as well. So in his memory, we created a scholarship to honor students who are going into the military directly after graduation. We are so proud of these students who have made such a tough and honorable decision by enlisting with the representative branches. And tonight, we'd like to honor those students with a few rewards. The first student I would like to recognize is Nicholas Bankert. Nicholas is a student at the Construction Trades program and will be going into the Marine Corps to learn about more mechanics and construction. Let's give him a round of applause. The next student I'd like to recognize is Yadiel Nieves. Yadiel is a student in the Culinary Arts program and will be going into the Marine Corps to work with combat artillery support. Congratulations. Our next scholarship recipient is Curtis Reed. Curtis is a student in the Electrical Installations program and will be going into the Army National Guard to become an electrician. Congrats. Our next student is to recognize is Easton Vernay. Easton is a student in the Automatic Mechanics program and will be going into the Army to become a truck driver and a logistics specialist. And our last student to recognize this evening is Nicholas Winkles. Nicholas is a student in the Automotive Mechanics program and will be going into the Army to become a truck driver and logistics specialist. Also, apologies, Easton is going to the Marine Corps to become a mechanic. My bad. Congratulations. And thank you all for those who have served in the military, and congratulations to all of our 2021 graduates.
Thank you. The next special awards are the Charles R. Yetter Memorial Scholarship and the Builders Association of Central Pennsylvania Scholarship. Would Mr. James Taylor please come forward to present these awards?
Good evening. So first I would like to present the Charles R. Yetter Memorial Scholarship. Okay. Charles R. Yetter began his teaching career as an electrical installations instructor in 1988 at the Academy, which was then known as Juniata Mifflin County Area Vocational Technical School. Mr. Yetter touched all the lives of many students throughout his years of teaching the electrical installations program. He touched as many students and more with his warm smile and friendly greetings every day, and his genuine interest in student lives and goals. He's always had positive things to say about his students and truly supported and believed in the vocational education programs offered at this school. He also had very strong ties to the community through his work with the Milroy Fire Company and other community positions. Charlie passed away from cancer in October 16th of 2016. He's survived by his wife Georgia, daughter Abby, and grandson. Chase, who misses him dearly. A scholarship fund was formed in Charlie's memory with the purpose of assisting students, not only electrical students, but any students from the academy furthering their education or starting a career with proper tools needed. Charlie's memory lives on through these scholarships and through the fact that he continues to support the goals of the academy students. The first recipient of the Charles R. Yater Memorial Scholarship is Abigail Bender. Congratulations. The next recipient of the Charles R. Yater Memorial Scholarship is Shelby J. Diven. The next recipient of the Charles R. Yater Memorial Scholarship goes to Mason R. Gerhardt. The next recipient of the Charles R. Yater Memorial Scholarship goes to Andrew D. Kerstetter. The next recipient of the Charles R. Yater Memorial Scholarship goes to Audrey A. Ostrich. The next recipient of the Charles R. Yater Memorial Scholarship goes to Austin D. Schlegel. The next recipient for the Charles R. Yater Memorial Scholarship goes to Hunter C. Wolfgang. And finally, Our last recipient of the Charles R. Yater Memorial Scholarship goes to Caleb P. Loopold. The next award is a scholarship through the Builders Association of Central Pennsylvania. I would like to honor a student who was the recipient of the Building Association of Central Pennsylvania Award. Located in State College, the Builders Association of Central Pennsylvania is a unified organization of professionals dedicated to promoting its member companies while advocating for the building industry as a whole. They strive to serve as the foremost resource of building industry professionals and consumers alike in Central Pennsylvania. The Building Association of Central Pennsylvania strongly believes in creating and maintaining a skilled workforce to continue building up our communities. They would like to honor students who are pursuing a career within the construction industry. This year, the recipient of the 2020-2021 BACP Student Award goes to Mason Gerhardt. Mason plans on attending Penn College of Technology in the fall to pursue a career in civil engineering technology.
Thank you. And now it's the time I think we've all been waiting for, the presentation of our certificates. So at this time, we will begin the presentation of certificates. Our receiving line this year is comprised of Mr. John Knapp, our Operating Committee President, Mrs. Kristen Sharp, our Vice President, Noah Wise, a Board Member, Fred Nickel, Alternate, and Dr. Dan Patushnig, Administrative Director. Our first class to be recognized this evening is agriculture. Would Ms. Keller please come forward to help present the certificates to the agriculture students? Haley M. Deckman. Alexis A. Rank. Mark J. Schilling, Jr. James R. Walters. Our next group of students is from our auto mechanics program. Would Mr. Douglas Steinley please come forward to help present the certificates to the automotive mechanics students? Dylan J. Barlett. Riley C. Blewett. Jacob S. Cummings. Jonah N. Evans. Deidre L. Hockenberry. Cameron M. Hostler. Nathaniel S. Hostler. Andrew D. Kerstetter. Mason C. Schaefer. Trenton L. Solt. Easton L. Vernay. Nicholas R. Winkles. Hunter C. Wolfgang. Wyatt A. Yordy. The next group of students are our collision repair students. Would Mr. John Aumiller please come forward to help present their certificates? Chance J. Barrier. Hunter M. Grove. Catalina J. Hernandez. Dustin S. Hesser. Ethan M. Kaib. Tony E. Samorano Lopez. Hunter R. Reed. Paul R. Rice. Jeziel Sanchez Cordero. Tyler L. Scott. Destiny M. Strasser. Bryson J. Yarnell. Garrett W. Ziders. Our next group of students are from construction trades. Would Mr. Robert Klingler please come forward to help present their certificates? Dominic M. Baker. Nicholas E. M. Bankert. Brady D. Barker. Austin A. Beck. Alex J. Campbell. Mason R. Gearhart. Chase A. Guthridge. Dwayne E. Hampton. Isaac P. McKnight. Gabriel M. Syok. Braden R. Yawn. Our next new group of students are from Cosmetology. Would Mrs. Michelle Wagner please come forward to help present their certificates? Abigail J. Bender. Mackenzie A. Bilger. Riley J. Kasner. Caitlin M. Goldenbaum. Courtney L. Heil. Mackenzie L. Johnson. Mia N. Kent. Hope L. Rhodes. Hannah L. Runkle. Sierra J. Stauffer. Harley M. Traxler. Our next group of students are from the Culinary Arts program. Would Mrs. Fauringer please come forward to help present their certificates? Catherine M. Bullard. Dominic E. Grove. Zane W. Grove. Sebastian A. Martinez. Sydney L. Mortar. Yadiel Nieves. Austin D. Schlegel. The next group of students are from our Early Childhood Child Care and Education Program. Would Mrs. Valerie Baker please come forward to help with their certificates? Emma E. Allmiller. Shelby J. Diven. Serenity J. Garman. Cassie L. Cayley. Isabella N. Macias. Kylie M. Miller. Alexis M. Powell. Genesis A. Ramirez. Michaela N. Sath. Summer L. Treaster. The next group of students are from our electrical installation program. Would Mr. Stephen Hogel please come forward to help with their certificates? Riley J. Alexander. Brett M. Fisher. Nicholas O. Goss. Ian S. Hartzler. Caleb P. Lupolt. Nicholas R. Moist. Crichton J. Pentikoff. Garrett E. Peters. Curtis S. Reed. Edwin J. Sander. Tyler P. Shirk. Teague R. Tate. Jarek Z. Trout. Emmett E. Ziegler. Our next group of students are from our medical science program. Would Mrs. Mindy Phillips please come forward to help with their certificates? Caitlin N. Altz. McKenna E. Bowen. Grace E. Dupuis. Sarah R. Dupuis. Michaela A. Hauer. Alexis M. Kunz. Najeli M. Nunez Rodriguez. Audrey A. Ostrich. Caitlin R. Pennebaker. Jaden M. Rhine. Emma B. Rhodes. Haley E. Schaefer. Jacob R. Schaefer. Sierra M. Smith. Ava M. Suloff. Jessica L. Thomas. Naylan Vasquez. Our last group of students is from our precision machining class. Would Mr. Benjamin Detweiler please come forward to help present their certificates? Hannah E. Barlett. Zach T. Bickert. Dominic A. Britton. Clay R. Bubb. Caden S. Bubb. Aubrey L. Hughes. Jordan A. Renninger. Devin E. Stuck.
Just heard a little one say, "Are we done?" We're right there. We're all there. Well, this concludes our senior recognition night. I would like to remind the special award winners to report back to the stage in here immediately after the program for pictures. I would also like to thank the many community partners listed in this evening's program for their financial and advisory support over the past year. I thank everyone for attending this evening and thank you for supporting our students. Graduates, I wish all of you success and that you leave here with a new confidence in your accomplishments. And now this is what we've been waiting for. We practiced about 2 weeks ago now. I now present to you the Mifflin County Academy of Science and Technology, Class of 2021.
Have a husky day.